Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy, hyphy. Get lit just like me, big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot, you are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Cheers.
Hey. Officially week 2 of our detox.
Yes. Boom.
Boom.
We are here and we are queer. I'm kidding.
Welcome back.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining another episode of 10 Talks. We're here for episode 83 and we're sober. We're completely sober once again.
Yep, and it feels like it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But I like it.
for anyone that doesn't know,
It's been
today
chill.
is the 14th, and Rylee and I said we were going to take August off of drinking alcohol, and we're on basically halfway through the month or whatever, you know? So it's really like, in my head, like I said this on stream before, or I think I've said this on 10 Talks before, where like, in my head, it's kind of like, it's only 4 episodes of 10 Talks, you know what I mean? And now we were doing a second one, and we only got 2 more, and that's it, we're done.
That's such a good way to look at it. I'm actually really proud of us because we always say we're going to take a break or a detox, and we like never really follow through, but it's usually because it's my fault. Because I am just like, let's take a shot.
You know what's interesting, though, is today's the 14th, and 2 more weeks would be the 28th, obviously. But we
Exactly.
have 31 days in this month, but in 2 weeks will be the 28th, and that's also the finale. That's also
That's
Sunday.
a sign that we have to.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I don't know. It's
it
like
was a 4-week break.
that is a 4-week break. You're right. That is technically a month, but we said all of August. There would be only until Wednesday left, and then we could drink Thursday, which is disconnected. Perfect. Right back to our disconnected rituals.
No.
I don't know, but
You can drink for the finale and then not drink at all and then drink again.
until Thursday, maybe potentially. It's just like at this point, it's like I'm not trying to. There's no one who like I'm gonna upset or will feel weird about if they're like, oh, you didn't make the full month. It's like, dude, I did the 4 weeks. You know what I mean? And also it's just like I don't know. I feel fine at this point.
Yeah, me too.
You know what else I was thinking is
Sorry, far away.
I was thinking like, what if the next month we did a no tobacco break?
I'm down for that.
No, but then
Yes.
I thought like, dude, this whole month we were not drinking. Next month, once we start drinking again and becomes like a part of our weekly rituals or whatever, whenever we're drunk, we always want to smoke a spliff, and then we're gonna get to the point where we're like, man, now we can't smoke spliffs. So, and then also I kind of think like, is that just like a pointless thing to even cut out of your life? You know what I mean? Like it's like there's really no benefit in it. You know what I mean?
What, a spliff?
No, cutting out the spliff. There are benefits in the spliff.
I don't know.
No,
There's also a lot of bad things about the spliff too.
That's true, but then also there's a lot of
Don't get me wrong, I love the spliff.
there's a lot of good things about nicotine out there, good information about nicotine out there that people don't really know about, but if you look into it, there's like been studies done on how like nicotine improves memory, like reduces certain fucking lifetime diseases, like I forgot what it was, like certain random shit, and also CTE. Apparently nicotine is good for CTE.
I don't have CTE.
Well, Jess does. We should tell Jess to start smoking cigarettes.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, but
Fucking Jess.
guys, apologies again for the last episode of 10 Talks. We had to split it up into 2 parts, and for anyone that wasn't a part of the live stream, you guys probably figured out if you watched the whole thing, but basically our camera had died because it overheated or whatever, because number one, our AC had broke, and it's been super hot in LA recently, and then and I don't know, my camera just like overheated. But recently we got our AC fixed. We do have the window open, so it's still like pretty warm in here because we're smoking or whatever. But I found like I looked it up online. Okay, first things first is like I was having this issue of my DSLR overheating, right? And the first thing I did was I went to Amazon, or I just went to Google and I typed in DSLR cooling fan or camera cooling something like or whatever. And dude, there's nothing. Like I started realizing, I'm like, bro, there's so many people that that stream for a living or just stream just in general, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people use DSLRs like I do for their stream setup, but like there's no way I'm the only person to run into this overheating issue. And like I said before, like Lena was having this problem with her setup, Trevor was having this problem with his setup as well. And I'm like, I started realizing like, dude, like there's no company that sells some sort of attachment that's meant for cooling your camera. There's like some shitty little weird ones, you know what I mean? But like no one sells like a really good, you know, nice fucking cooling fan for your DSLR.
So you're about to invent one?
I was thinking, I was like, bro, it's kind of like an open market. Now, I don't know if I should invent one, but I basically realized like what's the strongest fan I could think of is yeah, it's super open market. Like I don't know. So,
if you couldn't find one on Amazon, then
but we couldn't afford to create something like that. It probably cost thousands of dollars to manufacture some shit like that. Even like mold it and make samples. But either way, I was thinking in my head, what's the strongest fan I could think of? And it's like computer fans. And I was like, how do I get a computer fan to just plug into an outlet? And they actually sell this thing that connects to your computer fan, and you could just plug it into an outlet. So I zip tied a computer fan to my DSLR, and it's plugged into an outlet, and it's keeping it cool. And it's actually been working. No overheating recently.
I said it looks pretty cool too.
I know, right? The fact that it glows blue. Yeah. I want to get a different fan though that doesn't do like the RGB doesn't bother me, but there's another fan that doesn't have the RGB, but it blows way better, and I want to get that one. How's that a pause? I want to evolve past this world of pausing everything. It's like I didn't mean anything gay.
I didn't even know what that was until I met you.
Shut up.
Welcomed me to the world of pause.
You never heard pause.
No, not until I met you. I swear.
That's hard to believe for some reason. Pause has been around like since Native Americans like were here, you know.
Shut up. They're still here.
But you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Before Columbus was here, pause was a thing. They'd be like pause. Anyways, guys, today Rylee and I hung out with my parents early today. It was super cool.
But last night, when I left after we were trolling people in Rust.
Oh yes, dude. Okay, so for anyone that's never played Rust, last night I was playing Rust, and I've been doing this thing where I've been trying to just talk to people in Rust because it's funny, and I've been trying to like kind of join a group or whatever it is, and people hear a guy playing and they, you know, are usually assholes. And I was telling Rylee, I'm like, dude, you should pretend like you're playing. I'll be at the controls, but you pretend like you're playing and ask for help. And it actually kind of worked a couple times where people are like a little bit nicer. I feel like
not really.
A little bit, right? I don't know.
Every time I got killed.
But we were doing that, and then I want to do it again. That was a really good idea. But then Rylee ended up leaving, and I have these like things set up on my stream where it's just like, oh no, I could take dabs or bong rips or whatever it is. And then I forgot I had set up a thing for 500 milligram edible for $75. Huge shout out to Mbox 30 Lover. He donated $75 for me to eat the 500 milligram edible. And honestly, from my previous experience as a person who's eaten edibles, I'm now realizing that I've been scammed. Not scammed, but like it's like I always knew it was bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I remember back in the day before shops or weed was like legalized, I would go to certain shops or buy weed from certain people. And sometimes I would either buy edibles or I'd be given free edibles. And so many times, bro, someone would give me something and be like, dude, only eat half of this. It's the strongest thing in the world. If you eat the whole thing, you're going to flip out or whatever, right? Every time I just eat the whole thing and I'm just like, you know, like I guess I'm faded. And it's like, I swear that's happened to me like 20 times where someone tells me ahead of time, be careful with this edible. It's so strong. I eat it and then nothing happens. And I'm like, wait, what?
The chat. Can you put the chat away?
Oh, okay. And then every time I'm just like, bro, like this is fucking bullshit here. So anyways, the reason why I had the 500 milligram thing up there is because I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. And then also I thought on Monday tomorrow I would eat 2,000 milligram edible and just stay on stream for maybe 24 hours to see how it affects me. But I'm realizing that, yeah, I never really took an official edible that gets you
super fucked up,
faded. And also not only that, but that edible I took was from Big Chief. It was like nano THC. So there's like THC and then there's nano THC. I'm not sure how they get it to become nano, but it absorbs into your blood faster. So you get higher faster and you get more of it. And dude, I was so high last night. I couldn't even talk. Like you fell asleep and you haven't rewatched the stream, but towards the end of it, I couldn't even talk anymore.
I could just tell you were super faded.
In the morning?
I woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh, wait. I wanted to get to that.
I'm just saying that. I could tell. I was going to say that for like, I've known Yuriy for like almost 3 years now, and he is super tolerant of weed. I've seen you do so much shit.
Remember I did the 2,000 milligram thing?
Yes, the syrup.
Yeah, the syrup. That might have been bullshit too. Actually, no, I was really high that day too.
And I think this was like the most lit I've seen you
I think
ever.
It's the most I've been in a while for sure.
Like, for a long period of time.
Dude, for real. And then all right, guys, listen to this.
Oh my god.
Not only did I have to eat the edible, but I had like people kept donating. I forgot the name. People kept donating for bong grips, and I had like 6 bong grips, 2 blinkers, and a like dab, all this shit. And I took all those dabs and bong grips and blinkers, and I was just so fucking high. I ended the stream, and in my head I was thinking like, I'm so high and sleepy right now, I just want to go to sleep. I ended the stream, turned around, opened up the door, and then I could hear Riley's like playing a podcast, because she always plays podcasts to go to sleep, and it's like loud as fuck. And then I'm like getting ready to go to sleep, doing all this stuff or whatever. I was like, I have to go walk Beans. So I took Beans outside, walked him, came back inside, washed his paws, and then at this point I realized like, damn, dude, I have like crazy munchies right now. And then I go to the kitchen, grab a box of cereal, the Reese's Puffs, grab some milk. And okay, you know what's even funnier? I was not going to talk about this because I guess it's kind of some weenie stuff, but it shows you how faded I was. But before I ended the stream, the chat was like telling me like, there's a ghost in your room. There's like, I saw the door move. I saw this move. Like, I see, like, they were just like fucking with me, telling me there's like a ghost in here. As soon as I ended the stream, I was so high and just like faded that I was like paranoid. And like the fucking thought of a ghost kept playing in my head.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, oh my god, like I was looking in the mirror and I was just like, bro, like I was just tripping out, thinking about ghosts or something. So after I walked Beans or whatever, and I was downstairs and I was grabbing the box of cereal and milk, I was like, should I eat down here? Looked around, I was like, nah, I'm gonna eat up in the room where Rylee is. And then I go upstairs, Riley's like asleep, and I just like set up my cereal next to her like on the dresser, and I just start eating. I ate like 3 bowls of fucking cereal, like 3-4 bowls of cereal.
Lit ass.
Finished all the cereal, and then I was just like, that wasn't enough, dude. Like I need something salty. So then I go back downstairs, grab a bag of sour cream and onion chips.
The milk with the fucking chips.
Grab some sour cream and onion chips, some sunflower seeds, some drinks or whatever, and then I sit back in the same spot. Riley's still asleep. Sit back in the same spot and start eating the fucking chips, watching like some YouTube video. I was watching Google Foods. I was watching a video about food, eating food, faded as fuck.
Oh, I remember.
and as I'm sitting there, Riley's still asleep, right? As I'm sitting there, I'm like, why am I just sitting here like uncomfortable as fuck, like watching this video on my phone, like on this like next to this dresser? I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down and eat some chips and just enjoy myself or whatever. So I go lay down, put the chips next to me, get my phone out, start like watching the video, and then I realized like, oh, Rylee fell asleep and I never said goodnight, I love you. So we always do this thing every night where like I say goodnight, I love you, and I kiss her. So then as I lay down, like Riley's still asleep, but she's just like like that type of sleep where you're just moving around, don't really know what's going on. And
yeah, I'm knocked out.
But you noticed like your unconscious body like noticed I was laying down, so you were like kind of scooting over, but like you were still like asleep though. And I was just like, good night, babe, and you're like, hey. And then I leaned over to kiss you, gave you a peck, and that's literally how you say goodnight. You're like, eh. And then I leaned over, gave you a kiss. Your eyes are closed the whole time. As soon as I gave you the kiss, you're like, what the fuck? What? Babe, go brush your teeth. Why? Like, what's going on with your breath? This shit stinks. I'm like, and I was so high. And I was like, damn, Rylee thinks that that's my breath that smells like that. You didn't think it was like chips. You thought that I had not brushed my teeth, and that's how bad my breath smelled.
I thought you had just came in from the room eating hella snacks, and I was like, hell no.
You woke up. You were so asleep, dude.
I was so knocked out, and all of a sudden I just feel sour cream and onion hit my nostril, and I...
Dude,
open my eyes like so fast, and I was like, get the fuck out of my face, like what the hell? And I'm like irritated. I like let it go. I'm going back to sleep, chilling.
Wait, hold on.
2 seconds go in.
Wait, no, before we got to that point, you got super fucking mad, and I started laughing.
Yeah, and that made me irritated.
Because you were mad, and because in my head I'm like, dude, I just tried to say goodnight, and you were asleep a second ago. You just jumped up from the smell of my breath. I thought it was so funny, and I just started dying laughing, and Rylee was getting like really mad at me. She's like, this is not funny. Your breath smells, and I was asleep. Like, you were so pissed.
Yeah, I'm a bitch when I wake up.
All right, sorry, but I had to include that part before you continued.
Anyways, you just killed the moment.
No, we can't skip that part.
Okay, so after I fucking smell his nasty ass breath, I was trying to go back to sleep. 2 seconds of me shutting my eyes again, I just hear crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're chomping on sunflower seeds right now?
Yeah, I started eating the sunflower seeds.
And he just starts cracking up. He thinks it's like he's like, put a podcast on.
Yeah, bro. Because
I was like, hell no.
The reason why I brought up the podcast earlier is because as soon as I ended the stream and I opened the door, like your podcast was blaring like super loud. I had turned it off when I was getting beans and shit, and I was like, dude, me crunching my sunflower seeds and watching this video about maple syrup steak, it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Like, just turn your loud ass podcast on and let me eat my sunflower seeds. And you were like, no, I'm not turning it on. It's fine. And I was just like, dude, like, come on. And then I finished my first.
Fucking ridiculous.
I had like 5 or 6 sunflower seeds in my mouth. I finished all of those. And then I wanted some more. And then Rylee heard me like jumbling through the back trying to get more sunflower seeds. And she just silently turns around and looks at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to snack here. Like, let me snack, dude.
So annoying. And in the morning, he was still faded and laughing at everything. It was so annoying.
Bro, I woke up so high. Like I'm so glad Rylee got me out of bed because there's no way I could have got myself out of bed. I was so faded in the morning. And I really realized, I was like, bro, if I had eaten, what's his name? Inbox 30 Lover was trying to make me eat or get me to eat another bag. And I was just like, bro, like the only reason why I said no is because that whole bag had 10 gummies in it and the gummies are huge. And after eating 10 of them, I was like, bro, that's so much gummies. Like the idea of eating 10 more, 20 total, like that's too much. Luffy.
Yeah, gelatin is not good for you.
Especially that much, you know what I mean?
It's made out of, like, isn't it made out of like beef carcasses and stuff?
Yeah. The thing is, like, I would be down to do, I made a whole message and I didn't really find anyone, but like I want to find a syrup or, you know, like a tiny little edible, like one little gummy that's 2,000 or, you know, 3,000 or like some syrup that's 2,000, 3,000. Like I don't need a hella gummies to get that much THC in my system. It's so much, you know? But I was like, dude, I was so faded.
I don't know if you could do 2,000.
I already did it apparently, but maybe I got gypped. I forgot. Where did I get that syrup from?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Like one of those boxes?
I don't remember.
Those
Someone had sent.
Boxes?
Oh, was it? Oh, maybe it was. I don't remember. Someone had sent it to us, I think, or I don't know. So I came across some syrup. I drank the whole thing, but I was not as high as I felt last
You might
night.
have to get the syringe.
Oh, that's crazy. Don't say Riley's talking about Rick Simpson oil. The syringe, really? Riley's talking about the Rick Simpson oil. No. Well, Rick Simpson oil is like
Mule trip.
It's specifically supposed to be for
Medical purposes.
For like cancer patients, and it's not supposed to. You can eat it and smoke it too, but it's meant to be put as an ointment, and it's like so strong because it's meant to like seep through and go right to the spot, right to the source.
I'd be scared to smoke that shit. I felt so tripped out.
But that was that topic right there I had listed was surprising Rylee with onion breath.
That was horrible.
And you know what's even funnier is I wrote this last night, like after Rylee started getting all mad at me and like when she turned around to sleep and as I was eating the sunflower seeds, I took out my phone and I wrote this down, surprising Rylee with onion breath. And as I wrote it, I started dying laughing again, and Rylee was like, it's not funny, you think this is so funny, I'm fucking sleeping here, you asshole, like all this shit. I'm like, dude,
don't wake me up from my slumber. Point of the story.
Random quick little topic. Drama Alert hasn't posted in a month.
I noticed that.
It's weird.
So what do you think?
I don't know, I can't think of like exactly what happened, but it's strange because I'm not sure if you remember, Keemstar posted a video not too long ago, a couple months ago,
Thought he was quitting.
saying like, oh, I'm quitting, I'm retiring, I'm replacing myself, all this shit. And then he said, no, I can't retire, I'm not quitting. I just got paid by a sponsor some huge bag to stay on here for another 2 to 3 years. So maybe it's like not in his contract to post every month or whatever, but like you would expect him to continue posting since would be breaking.
But he's a news channel.
I know, right? There's been hella news.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Maybe he has like some health shit or family shit. But is he close to his family?
He has no family.
Yeah.
He left them.
Yeah, doesn't he not fuck with his family?
Well, no, he still loves his daughters and probably is a huge part of his daughter's life. But I don't know. He probably would care if his, ex-wife is ill, but would he be by her bedside constantly? I don't know. He left her for younger women.
Maybe something's wrong with him.
Yeah. other than the hair thing?
I don't know. I wonder if there's conspiracy theories on YouTube about it.
It's sad. Like, I don't think anyone cares, dude. Like, I think, oh my God, I
this
keep
happens
forgetting
every
about this
time.
shit,
Mama.
dude. Thank you so much,
Sorry,
Joe
thank
Mama. I
you.
appreciate you so much. Whatchamacallit, it's like, I haven't really seen anyone talk about this. No one's noticed. And then also, it's been like a reoccurring trend where people are saying like, Drama Alert is still incredibly successful and does so much numbers, but people are saying like, oh, it's not doing the same numbers as before, or,
Yeah.
you know, all this stuff. And
Which is true.
it just feels like, yeah, it feels like YouTube has changed so much that, I don't know, the community doesn't feel as tight anymore. You know? It feels like back in the day you were like, oh, this, like, you knew everyone a little.
And everybody was collabing with people.
Yeah, and like, yeah, everyone was collabing with one
each
another,
other.
and you knew, and like, as a fan, you kind of like, you didn't have to watch everyone's content, but you kind of knew roughly who these people were, and you're like, oh wow, they did this. But like nowadays, especially with this whole TikTok thing, it's just like, hey, here's this girl you've never heard of before, but guess what? She's incredibly popular on TikTok and gets 50 million views per post, and you're like, never heard of in my life. Why
Yeah.
should I care that she voted for Trump? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like they try to hit you with those same kind of posts as back in the day with these new characters that no one knows or cares about.
Yeah, I think honestly, I feel like that's kind of why it's hard for us to find things to talk about, because a lot of the news is like boxing matches, random
Dude,
TikTok stars,
I'm
and it's like we really can't.
honestly, it's like
We don't relate.
It's kind of sad. It's just like, dude, it's a recurring trend where people get into, streaming or YouTube specifically because like they're like, oh, I heard Mr. Beast is a millionaire off YouTube. I want to get into YouTube too. It's like, it's not because they have like some sort of vision or like they want to express themselves artistically, or, you know what I mean? They're just like, I don't know. It's just like, there's nothing genuine or organic about some people's approach to YouTube or streaming or whatever. And I feel like with the boxing matches, like sometimes like that can come off that way too, where you're just like, bro, this is just like a money grab here.
Cash grab.
Yeah, just a cash grab. Like, people are just like, who are the two most random people we can have fight? They could not even know each other.
1000%.
You know what I mean? And they'll fight each other.
Yeah.
The point of boxing is like, they usually have beef. You know what I mean? They're like, I hate you, Henry. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is. And
No, it's just people who want clout and money.
yeah, just like, hey, they said, they'll give me 10 grand if I show up.
More
So
like 5 grand.
I'm
probably.
here.
And then the people that don't even get paid afterwards.
No, yeah, that was gonna be me.
I know. They're gonna send you to the wolves.
I was agreeing to it too.
I know,
I'm
you're
talking
like,
all
I'll
the.
do it for the collab.
I'm talking all this shit, but I agree to it. I completely
know.
agree to it. Just because, like, for me, it's such a win-win. For me, I was just like, bro, tiny YouTuber.
But you're doing it for the lulz and like.
It would be funny. I'm not doing it only for the
Well,
lulz.
for the opportunity too.
Yeah, mostly for the opportunity of just like people just being like, who is this dude fighting Skinny from the 9? You know what I mean? But
The
like,
opportunity that would be lulz, and that's why everybody would love it.
it would just be funny if I was just
Yeah.
known as the guy who fought Skinny.
Skinny
But also,
from
I
the
wouldn't.
9.
I wouldn't want to be known as the guy who lost to Skinny from the 9.
Well, you wouldn't have lost.
Oh, thanks, babe.
You
Babe.
wouldn't have.
Would you? Oh,
I swear.
why are you smiling
I
like
was
that?
saying that because after I met him, I was
Oh,
like,
you met him.
Yeah, I did.
And what did he say to you?
Nothing.
Interesting.
But
That's
they
how
were
they
talk-
flirt nowadays.
They were talking about at the end. They were talking about the boxing match, and then Adam was like, "It's actually her boyfriend over there."
And what did he say?
He was just like, "I was down, blah blah blah, but I needed some money."
Dude, speaking of interviews, did that DoKnow interview drop yet? I don't want to say the name yet because I'm not sure if it's a surprise.
No.
It didn't?
No, and I don't think it's a surprise because they posted on No Jumper.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, on the No Jumper.
Can we should we not say at the
No,
end?
we shouldn't spoil.
Okay, I want to wait till this DoKnow interview drops because there's a legendary clip at the end. I haven't even seen it yet. I
can't wait to.
I
clip
could
it.
go on the server and like download the video and watch it or whatever, but like I'm gonna keep it a surprise to myself and just be like, okay, I'll
I'm
just watch it
keeping
later.
forever.
Really? It's legendary. It's super
And
cool.
that's iconic. I can't wait to send that. To
I still
my
haven't even
siblings.
told.
They're gonna trip.
I was gonna say I still haven't told my sister that
He came in?
That interview came in.
I know.
That interview came in. That person
My
came in.
family was like throwback.
Speaking of interviews, but not really in interviews, but I posted on Instagram the other day that I'm thinking about starting like a new content series where basically now that I don't have like a full-time job anymore, I'm just, I'm working on the channel all day every day. I have my streaming set up where I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, not the weekends other than 10 talks on Sundays. Wednesdays is usually like my day where like if I'm free I'll stream, but that's usually the day I'll wait to handle all my errands or house errands or whatever it is. But then I was thinking like it does give me an open spot to do something else, right? And Rylee and I have like, we like having guests on 10 Talks, but the whole purpose of 10 Talks is really for us just to talk here about topics, and if we want to have guests on, like, we'll bring them on. Speaking of which, you guys have probably noticed T-Roll's not here, and neither is Blazzy. Two people that said they would pull up today and both flaked. Both designers, by the way.
All good, though.
But, there's been a couple of guests that I wanted to bring on, like skateboarders and like stuff like that, where I brought up the idea, and Riley's just like, I don't know, like, like, I don't know what I would really ask that person, or...
Well, okay, so, like, we've had, like, a couple of guests on 10 Talks where I feel like...
Get closer a little bit.
Sometimes people, like acknowledge that I don't really add much to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So
when it's, like, about skateboarding or something.
Yeah, like when we had on Reggie and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't care or, like... I'm uninterested. I'm listening, but I really don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
For a lot of it. And I don't want people to just like see me sit there. So it's like I feel like Yuriy would be so good on his. Yuriy is amazing on his own. So I just know like he'd be good, just chatting with anybody who walked in.
Oh, thanks, babe.
By yourself.
But so that's why like we've thought about the idea before, and then I was always just like no, like I want to keep it for 10 Talks. But then I really thought about it. I was just like, Riley's right. Like it would be cool just to sit down with someone and like kind of get deep into it, pause, and then it's just like it's like some of the questions they'll ask like about like wheel companies, like, oh, you used to ride for this wheel company, now you ride for this one or something like that. Riley's gonna be like, huh? Like, yeah, exactly. Like I don't know any of these companies or whatever. So like that's just like a specific skateboarding question, but I don't want it to be like a skateboarding podcast or interview, and I honestly don't even want it to be a full-on interview either, because I don't want it to be a thing where I just have people on and I'm just like I just ask them the same questions, then they leave. You know what I mean? Yeah. Every time. I kind of want it to be like base it off my relationship with the person. You know what I mean? Like how we met and like how like things happen or whatever it is. But either way, I think I'm not sure if it's starting this Wednesday or next Wednesday, but starting one of these Wednesdays soon, I'm gonna start a new like sit down chatting series with just me and one guest.
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it too. I need to get like a new background.
Did you come up with a name?
I need to come up with a name. So that's why I wanted to bring it up here. I was going to ask you guys, once we finish the stream, if you guys could leave a comment in the comment section, idea or like name ideas for this series. I don't want it to have anything to do with like 10 Talks, because I want it to be different. Because there's nothing having to do with tents anymore. We're stuck with 10 Talks, so we chose the name, but in reality, we have nothing to do with tents.
I said we should have switched it a long time ago.
It's too late.
I know.
What if
once you have so much free range, like it has to do with you. Something Harmonious or Yuriy.
What would you say, Harmonious Hour?
Yeah, I like that.
That would be cool.
Harmonious Hour.
But I'm wondering if like Harmonious is just a weird word to use for a pod. Like it's already like such a hard, difficult word that's so random. No one searches it up ever.
I think a lot of people are saying it more though.
You think so?
With like spiritual shit.
Harmony.
Harmonious. Harmoniously. It's catchy. I don't know.
Harmonious Hour.
Yuriy something.
I guess that would be cool. Harmonious Hour. It doesn't have to be an hour too. It could stretch beyond that. Yeah. But either way, I was thinking about doing that on Wednesdays and probably around 1, 2, 3 p.m. somewhere around there. I don't want it to intersect over at the end of the day or or something like that. So I would want it to be like in the middle of the day sometime, and then try to carry it on every week. What's gonna get hard is
coming on this channel.
And also, wait, what?
I said big things coming on this channel.
Oh yes. And also like I don't want to. Like, I want to try to surprise you guys with guests. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be, like, interacting with people that we don't know yet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do the simple thing of just, like, let's bring on all the same people all over again on this new podcast. It's like, we could just do that every week then or every month. Like, now we have a new podcast. All the same guys come back on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, I don't want to... I do want to have, a lot of people on, but I want to try to keep it, like, new people. And also, it's also a way of, I've talked about this before, of trying to collab with new creators, because that's something I always kind of lack on and I want to do. But this is a good way to do it.
Yep. I'm excited for you.
Especially since I spend a lot of time, like, just indoors.
Yeah,
There's no other way I could collab.
This is your job now, so
yeah,
it's only smart to do something like that.
And also, speaking of collabing with other creators, I posted this on my Instagram the other day about Beautiful Tomorrow TV, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's called. It's this dude who, you know what's even crazier? This was actually like a trip to me because I get recommended content like that. So Beautiful Tomorrow TV, I think that's the name of the YouTube channel. He basically goes to theme parks and like Disneyland type places or whatever, and he'll live stream his whole day there. And what's crazy is, as a person who's done IRL live streams, I'm not sure how he does it. I've already asked him for help. Hopefully he replies. He's able to do like 5 or 10 hour live streams. Audio's perfect the whole time. Video quality is perfect the whole time. I'm like, bro, how does he do this? He might have a live view, to be honest. But either way, I've been recommended content like his before of people who live stream themselves at theme parks. And I've been recommended his content before. And I think I've showed it to you a while ago. But I've watched this shit before. And someone sent me like that he was using like my thumbnail, but he had put his face on it the other day, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I looked at the name, I was like, I swear that seems familiar, because he's donated to us before too, because he watches us apparently as well. And I was like, I swear that sounds familiar. And I just posted on Instagram, I was like, damn, my thumbnail got stolen or whatever, because I thought it was funny. But then he had DM'd me saying like, yo man, like no hard feelings, like I'm sorry if you feel any type of way. And I told him, I was like, bro, like I'm not mad at it at all. It's like I thought it was like I thought I was trying to be funny. I didn't expect anyone to take it seriously, but that's really fucking cool. I don't know, I just bring it up just because he has like around the same sub count as we do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, it's pretty cool that like we're reaching across the platform to other new people we've never heard of before. And I don't know, we have some sort of effect where he fucks with the channel enough to use the thumbnail, you know?
His content's cool. But he also, wait, fuck, what was I gonna say? Just lost
About the Disneyland pass?
Oh, yeah. He said it was like because they're running out of Disneyland passes or something.
Yeah, it was so confusing. It's like, that's the type of shit that you would only know if you're like a huge
Disney person.
Theme park person, where you're like, oh, they got these discounts and that card and, you know, the fast pass and all this shit.
But he was like, I just wanted to do like a spin-off of yours because I love your channel, yada, yada, yada.
Shout out to Beautiful Tomorrow TV.
Yeah.
But I want to ask him for help, dude. I want to ask him like,
they're so crispy.
Just for advice on to be like, dude, how do I do this? Because
streams.
yeah, exactly. And I'm not sure if you remember, but I brought this up on 10 Talks before, where I was just like, I think during the after show, where I said that I wanted to buy the T-Mobile 5G hotspot, because they have like I have a 4G hotspot right now. Try to use it for IRLs, it's trash. It doesn't work at all. And I was like thinking like, let me grab the 5G one. But then I was thinking like, dude, it's $350 before I drop the money on that. I want to like do some research. And when I brought it up to you, like during the after show or 10 Talks, I said like, oh, I was thinking about doing a donation goal for it. And I forgot who, I think Junior the Jeweler had donated like $100 or $200 immediately, saying like, this is for it. And I was just like, fuck, dude, or whatever. So I immediately started doing research, because I was like, I might as well just buy this thing. And then I realized that those hotspots that they sell you, it limits video to 480p. So that's like half the quality of a regular video of 1080p. And I was just like, bro, that's why my hotspot already didn't work. And then this more expensive hotspot's definitely not going to work. So my only other option of streaming IRL with better content is live view. So if I want to ask him, like, are you using a live view? If not, like, how are you doing it? Because he has like really crispy content. Yeah. For streaming.
How much is a live view?
At least like $1,000 altogether. It's not just one thing. It's like I would have to open up a Verizon account.
Really? You have to do it through Verizon?
I think so. Maybe we could do it through T-Mobile too, but I've seen people do it mostly through Verizon. But like, you need to buy a hotspot thing. You need to buy this like other thing that connects to the hotspot, that connects to the live view. You need to get the actual live view thing. It's like a bunch of shit. And then also I would need a different DSLR camera, because mine doesn't have a microphone output, so it would be super shitty microphone audio. It's very expensive. Yeah. And then also on top of it, you have to pay for the service, which the service can be expensive as well, because you're like using so much data.
Well, maybe something you could look into.
I saw there's something in your eye earlier.
Really?
Oh, it's like.
Should I go look at it really quick?
Yeah, maybe try to get it out. But there's like, I don't want to stick my grubby little fingers in there and try to get that shit out. Random topic while Riley's in the bathroom, even though I think Rylee might be interested in this. I saw Poetic Flacco post this. I'm not sure if it's real or not, or if it's gonna happen, you know. But apparently Chief Keef is collabing with Recess cups, and they're gonna make a Chief Keef glow cup, which is in the shape of like his little glow characters or emojis or whatever. Really cool idea. I like it. I would definitely buy one. I would definitely want to collect one and keep it on the shelf and let it rot somewhere. But the thing is, the reason why I even brought it up as an idea is like Recess is, extremely ad friendly, right? Like they try to, it's a candy brand, so I guess it's like mostly directed towards kids, especially with their advertising. And Chief Keef, let's be honest, come on, like if you listen to his music, it's about things that are not very child friendly. So it's like very interesting collab for me to hear. That's why I'm even questioning its authenticity. But I'm definitely with the idea. I think it's a cool idea, but just crazy, you know what I mean? But also Chief Keef, it's just like at the end of the day, it's just music, He hasn't been gone to jail for anything crazy, I guess, recently. So I don't know. You can't really just discount everyone with a criminal record or criminal past, right? But it's more just the context of the music and the content he creates, right? That's why I'm bringing this up. All right, what else do we have? Another random topic. I think I saw Academics post this, and the only reason why I bring this up is I was thinking like this is such a non-story. I saw Academics post. I think it was Academics. It was an article about Microsoft admits that Sony has is like blocking certain game rights on their platform. So all right, now that I was gonna say now that Babe is here, now that Riley's here, I was just saying that Academics had posted this one thing saying that Microsoft, people who make Xbox, and people who play Xbox have Xbox Game Pass where they could download games or whatever. Yeah. And they're saying, Microsoft is saying that Sony is preventing us from selling you guys certain games because they're holding the copyright and they don't want to release the copyright. And like, I don't even know why this is news because this is a known thing. This is like Sony, and I think Microsoft does this as well.
Microsoft owns Xbox.
Yes.
And
basically Microsoft is saying that the reason why you can't buy certain games on the Xbox Game Pass is because
you can on PlayStation.
That you can on PlayStation is because PlayStation is preventing Microsoft from selling those.
Got it.
And I'm just saying that this has been a thing forever. It's like PlayStation is known for having content or console exclusive content. You know what I mean? Like where to play a certain game that's only known for PlayStation, like Ratchet and Clank, for example. You could only play Ratchet and Clank on PlayStation. You can't play it on Xbox. You can't play it on PC or whatever it is, like unless you get a emulator or something like that. But you have to like get a PlayStation to play it. And I was just thinking like, bro, this is such non-news. You know what I mean? The kind of
I never knew that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a thing forever. Like
wow.
People who play video games have known about, and I think
so you can only play Halo on Xbox.
That was for a while, but now you could play Halo on PC. Because remember we played Halo on PC, so now they allow it. But Microsoft used to have exclusive content as well, like Halo, for example. You can play Halo on PlayStation back in the day. You know what I mean? Now I'm not sure if you could do it now, but you could play it on PC. So I don't know. I just thought it was like kind of like non-news. I was like, bro, like this is like been known.
Wow. Well, I didn't know.
Really? Well, there you go. Sony's blocking content.
News for me.
It's like I don't know. I was kind of surprised with the Harry Potter thing. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter, I would expect it to be a place, but actually that's not.
But I thought it's like.
That's not PlayStation exclusive. That's actually a movie.
To Twitch and stuff. I mean, not Twitch. Switch.
Yeah, it is. It's going to Switch and Xbox and all that stuff. But that's not PlayStation exclusive. I forgot. It's like a movie that's licensing their game out. You know what I mean? PlayStation will go out of the way to make their own game series, such as Ratchet and Clank or whatever it is. Yeah. Sometimes, these are the moments where I kind of do wish we were like shot real quick.
I know.
It's what it is. It's more of like a physical addiction to doing something more than it is like, oh, I want to drink. It's more like, it's kind of like why people eat sunflower seeds who smoke a lot of cigarettes. You have to keep your mouth busy. Pause. It's kind of like whenever we have these like little moments where it gets silent for a second and we haven't drank in at least 30 minutes, I'm like, shot?
That's such a bad habit.
It's just like a mental or like a physical habit, I guess, of mine. But no shots. We still have 2 more weeks.
Should we open the pack?
Get
into one more?
Let's get into one more topic. I wanted to bring this up actually on the screen. I want to get your opinion on this, whether the morals behind this. Online casinos are allowing people to bet on Kim's new relationship. So I don't know the history of like online casinos and what you can bet and not bet on, but I think it's been a thing forever, like where people bet on like when people are gonna die. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, oh, Trump's gonna die in this year, Biden's gonna die in this year, and people will bet on that type of stuff.
Really?
Like,
see, surprise, I have no knowledge of online casinos.
Me neither, and I
didn't even know you could just do that kind of shit.
I've heard of like I've never took the time to actually research it, but I've heard of like stuff like that potentially happen where people are like, oh, we're betting on, you know, when Joe Biden's gonna die, or we're betting on when Bernie Sanders is gonna die because he's so old or whatever. It's just like stuff like that. But I never really heard of this, and I don't think this is actually like specifically new, but I guess it's just funny now that Kim got out of a relationship. But yeah, apparently online casinos are now allowing people to take bets on who Kim's new boyfriend's gonna be. Who do you think, babe?
I can't read it.
I know. I thought the image would be larger, but we can't see the image right now exactly. It was like
well,
a bunch.
that's gonna suck for all these people who place the bet. She doesn't get. What if she doesn't get in a relationship ever again?
Oh, you think so?
I mean, no, but like, what if that happened and like they just wasted hella money?
With a person who's like so overly concerned about her like self-image, like Kim K, and has invested so much money into her self-image by, you know, with all these plastic surgeries and shit like that, it feels like she wouldn't even want to be in a relationship. Like, she wants to keep herself on the market. You know what I mean? She's just like, she's like, I want to be the hottest bachelorette forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Harry Styles, hell.
Harry Styles. But then also,
let me see.
There's been so many successful women through the history who have like had repeat husbands. They just get married and divorced, married and divorced, married and divorced, and then they pass away.
Yeah, this was her
third husband?
Kanye. And she did get with Pete really fast after.
The only example
maybe she's over it. Maybe she's like, I'm just done.
I don't know. I know there's more, but the only example I could think of right now is Edith Piaf, the opera singer I showed you about with the super thin eyebrows. Yeah. She was known for continuously getting in relationships with young actors. Like, she would marry some dude or get in a relationship with some dude. They would get it super serious, and then within a year or two, she would find another guy who's like, and she would be like 40, 50, getting with like 20-year-old guys, and she continued doing that like until her 60s, 70s, until she passed away. And she never had like a long-term husband. She just had like so many relationships with guys, which I could maybe see Kim doing the same thing. Yeah, right?
Yeah. She did say like at first she was just like trying to
just fuck. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think she was ready for a relationship. And plus, like, him tatting her kids' names, that would make me feel sick.
It's funny because people are giving Kanye so much shit, saying like, he's the crazy ex-boyfriend. This is the crazy new boyfriend who's like, hey babe, guess what? I just got your kids tattooed. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you came home
and he branded her name on him,
bro.
Too.
It's like, imagine you came home one day. We had just been in a relationship for 2-3 months, and I was like, babe, check it out, Rylee, right there on my arm. You'd be like,
well, he also has an Ariana Grande tattoo too.
Did he get that covered, or is it still there?
I'm pretty sure it's covered.
Oh my god. When you're a celebrity, you probably get that covered so fast. You're like, just give me a block.
Give me a blob.
Yeah, just like a black block over this area. I love Ariana tattoo, please.
Yeah, it was like her little mask that she wore.
What else do we have here on this shit that I have? Beans hike. Oh, we should talk about this really quick. So guys, we've talked about this before, where, you know, we got our new puppy Beans, and we've officially had him for how long now? Like a month and a half?
Yeah, almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months now. And for a long time, we were restricted from taking him on grassy areas. We could only literally, like, from the rules, the rules behind vaccinations, like, are very unreasonable, where it just seems like you got to keep him in a bubble type shit or whatever, right? So the best thing we could come up with is for him to use the bathroom and all that stuff is we got a little fake grass patch, and we put on our like right in front of our door in our apartment building, and we just take him out, and he just pisses and shits like right in front of our door. It stinks. It's very bad. We gotta wash it again. I've already washed it like 2 times, but I gotta wash it again.
Get rid of it now.
But either way, we were doing that for a while because we can't take him on actual grass because he could get sick, and we couldn't take him to any dog parks. We couldn't take him anywhere really because of the risk of getting sick. So we kind of had to stay home for a week, and I mean for a month and like a week, because we were just scared he was going to get sick.
I was so nervous. I was like, I am not going to hurt him.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I could never live.
But it sucked because I was just like, bro, this is, from all the puppy videos we're watching, they're like, oh, when they're young is when their brains are the most moldable. That's when you got to get all the training in and take them outside and introduce them to people. I'm like, how are you supposed to introduce them and get all this training in when they're being vaccinated and you got to keep them indoors? It's
how are you supposed to take them outside when, like, to go potty?
Exactly. It
and
doesn't
train them. They're gonna get so used to shitting and pissing in your house for like the 4 weeks. Actually, it was 4 weeks for him to be fully vaccinated.
So I'm wondering, like, do they have puppies that come out like pre-vaxxed, or do they just vax them as soon as they pop out?
Well, then here's my thing too. It's like when you get a puppy and you have other dogs in your house.
Oh yeah. But those dogs that you have in your house, you're assuming are already vaccinated and
so
not
it's like,
sick.
it's taking them out into like random public areas.
Yeah.
But
the other thing is like
still scary because you never know like what dogs are walking on the sidewalk.
That's true, exactly. Or coyotes, depending where you live. But the other thing is like, bro, he was like a puppy with all this energy, and we just had to keep him home, in this apartment all day,
sad.
and we felt so bad. But now he can finally go wherever he wants. He's fully vaccinated. We took him to a doggy park not too long, like last week, and we talked about that already. It was super cool. This week on Saturday, there's one of my favorite hiking trails in LA's Switzer Falls. It's in Angeles National Forest. It's like a 20-30 minute drive just like up the hill because it's like super high up. But once you get there, it's super worth it. Really cool. We took him there. And it's like and it's the type of hiking trail. The reason why I like going there is because it's like fully submerged in nature. You know what I mean? Like if you go to Runyon Canyon or any other hiking trail around here, it feels like you're just standing on top of like a dusty hill and you could still see the city and all this shit. It's a cool views and all that stuff, and the hiking trails are cool, but I like going somewhere where it feels like you're in the middle of a forest, and that's what it really feels like there. And we took Beans, and it was actually really cool.
Yeah, Beans was thriving. He was so happy. He was like it like looked like he was smiling the whole time.
They say dogs can't smile.
I could tell when he's happy. Yeah, he has a smirk. But yeah, I love that hike. Yuri took me a couple of times, and it's so beautiful because it's like there's a natural waterfall and there's like little streams along the trail.
Not right now.
But we went and there was literally no water whatsoever. There was like a tiny trickle of some kind of stream. I don't know where it's coming from, but
yeah,
it was so dry, and it was like this is kind of like. I like the point of, like that's the point of the hike is like to like listen to the water.
Exactly. Dude, like when Rylee and I went there, I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. Like Rylee was saying, it was like a full ass flowing river where you don't even want to go in it because you're gonna get swept away or some shit like that. And I remember I hit my friend before Rylee and I went because I needed the name of the hiking trail because I couldn't remember. And when I asked him for it, he told me, he's like, bro. He's like, I'm gonna be honest though. He's like, it's kind of depressing going there right now. He's like, there ain't a drop of water. And I was like, no way. I was like, I forgot we're in a fucking crazy drought right now, and it affects everything. And I've been to this hiking trail so many times. There's always that gushing river there, and we fucking went, and it was dry to the bone.
Even when we went last summer,
it was fine.
Or 2 summers ago with Maddie and.
Yeah, that's when I got my water.
Yeah, and it was summer, hot as fuck.
Bro, I can't even get no water from there. I literally got the last piece of water from that river right there.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's fucked up. In my little ecosphere. My ecosphere lasted longer than the river itself.
Also, we saw 2 snakes on the trail, and I have snake radar like no other. Dude. I have done this before too. When me and my niece and my sister went hiking before, we were like all just like chilling. Nobody's noticing anything, and I noticed like this snake slithering right in front of us. I was like, snake! And like I stopped us all. I was like, hell no. And it like just like scooted it past our feet. And I was like, oh hell no. But yeah, this time we were like walking, same thing, and I just like am so hyper aware because I'm scared I'm gonna see like mice or rats.
Dude,
any type of creature.
Let's be honest. Usually you're like kind of like clumsy and like you sometimes don't notice stuff, but I swear when we were out there, like, I'm glad Rylee was there with me because I would have just walked right into that first snake. Even though it was dead already, like, I would have just walked into it and I would not have noticed because I was so focused on Beans and just walking or whatever. I wasn't looking ahead of me. But, like, 5 feet, before we even got close to Rylee's like, snake. And I was, like, looking. I was like, how'd you see that, dude? I was like, bro, how'd you spot that from this far away? I had my glasses on. I could barely see it.
Because I'm so scared I'm going to see a wild creature and I'm going to have to defend myself on a hike. That's like one of my big fears.
We are in the forest, you know.
I know. I'm scared and I'm like not going to know what to do.
But what's funny is, so with the first snake we saw, it looked like it got attacked by a coyote or something. That looked like it got...
I didn't even want to look.
I had a chomp out of it.
It was bloody and...
Yeah. At first, we saw it was bloody, and at first I looked at it. It looked like maybe someone slashed it with a machete, and I looked closer, and no, it looked like like some, you know how when someone bites out of an apple and you could see the little teeth marks?
Yeah.
I could see along its body just like a whole chomp missing with like teeth marks. I was like, damn, like someone got a clean bite out of this thing.
Maybe somebody stabbed it animals have been eating at it.
Possibly. But after that snake, Rylee and I were continuing on the hike. And dude, honestly, it was so cool to see Beans like running around because like Rylee was saying, he was like thriving because we're in an apartment, you know, and we live in an apartment where it's just like wood floors and we got stairs, I guess, and there's really nothing to challenge you mentally. You know what I mean? Like mentally, you just like left, right, straight, lay down. That's it. Nothing. But when we were walking there's all these stones on the floor and branches, and I could just see in Beans like he got to think like for me as a person, I got this like Hawkeye view of the ground where I can see, oh, I should go this way, not that way. But he's tiny where he could only see like, you know, whatever's ahead of him at that tiny little level. And I could see him like going one path, making a mistake, like, oh no, I gotta go back this way, and like just finding his little paths on how to do it. And I was like, bro, like this is sick. It's like he's actually using his brain. It's kind of like a little puzzle. He's like getting exercise. And I was just like, it's not like it's weird because people are gonna say like, oh yeah, that's why going outside is good for you because it challenges your brain or whatever. It's like, bro, this is where we evolved and grew up. It's like this is how we became the point where we are right now, is because we were doing those things for millions of years, and not doing it is probably just bad for us because it's like whatever
stimulation.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly, like a super good mental stimulation and like just challenging you. And then also just like imagine we get to a point where we're just like, no, we never have to hike again. I'm floating on this hoverboard over marble tiles constantly. It just like we're gonna, I don't know, I feel like the intelligent kind of cool point we got to this point right now as a human is because of we grew up in situations and environments like that where it constantly tests you mentally and all this shit, you know. It was cool. I liked it.
It was so cool.
He was so exhausted afterwards.
And he was dirty as hell.
I know. That shit was crazy. I was glad though because he has so much energy right now and it's hard to fucking get the energy. I could play tug of war with him for an hour and he'll still want to play more. But just that like hour hike, by the end of it, he like was knocked out. He could not fucking.
He slept like the rest of the day.
Yeah, he really did. He just slept. We took him home, gave him a bath, and we didn't even put him in the cage. We just put him down. He went to the cage himself and just laid down and went to sleep and was like asleep for the rest of the day, basically.
Yeah, but dude, yeah. So when we were walking back, there was like this family to the side too.
And yeah.
I was looking and I saw like half of a snake like slithering on the path, and I was like, "No, snake!"
Another
and then the family
situation.
was tripping. They're like, "Oh my god, I didn't even see it."
I know, and there was a baby, like a 2-year-old kid that the dude was holding. Yeah, he was actually like holding his hand and letting the kid run around. So, but dude, that's another situation where I would not have seen that snake. We saw this family. The family was stepping to the side so that Rylee and I could.
Snake from a mile away.
Dude, like they were like letting us walk ahead, and we were like stomping ahead. I was ahead of Rylee, and Riley's like, oh my god!
I'm cringing in my pants.
She freaked out, and I was like looking again, and it was a full on like, bro, like this thing probably weighed like 30-40 pounds. It was like a huge snake.
It looked like it would hurt me.
Dude, seeing that thing maneuver is like kind of crazy. It's like I didn't realize it's how all-terrain a snake is. You know what I mean? Because I've seen snakes, I guess, you know, in cages where it's kind of flat, maybe on a tree. But, dude, on the hiking trail, like I said, there's stones, there's all these things. And the snake was just easily and moving fast, too.
That's why I hate them.
They can go quick.
And imagine that charging at you.
But he was scared of us. But that's the thing with snakes and all animals is like a snake is not going to try to fuck with you unless he thinks like, or he like kind of believes like, oh, they're trying to fuck with me. But he moved to the side very quickly, and then we walked past them and it was fine.
I know, but imagine not noticing it and you're coming at him hella fast.
That's what would have happened to me if you were not there.
Beans. It would have happened to Beans because he was running.
Oh yeah, Beans was just like, bro, what's funny about Beans, I filmed a couple clips. I'm going to post them on Instagram. I just need to cut them up. But what's funny about Beans is like at some points he's just full force, just storming, like, bro, just like running as fast as he can. And if he sees like a whole patch of rocks and shit, he doesn't like stop and like go like, oh, maybe I should go this way. He just goes brah, and then like at least out of 10 times, like half the time he just would fucking trip, start stumbling, hit his head on a rock, and just go like get back up and just continue run. And he would just run as fast as he can and would not worry about obstacles and would just eat shit and just continue running. I'm like, bro, chill, dude. It's kind of crazy.
He didn't really get tired that much either throughout the whole thing.
That's what I was telling Rylee too. Is Rylee and I we took like 3 or 4 breaks so we could give Beans water and he could chill or whatever. But other than that, Rylee and I were just walking the whole hiking trail, and for Beans to keep up with us because he's so small and his legs are so tiny, he's basically running the whole time.
Yeah.
And the whole time he just kept up with us. Like there was no point where he like laid down and refused to walk, because I know dogs do that sometimes. Well, they'll just lay down and be like, nah, I ain't going anywhere. You know, like he didn't do that at one point. At no point. He was running next to us the whole time. When we got to the end point of the hike, I was telling Rylee, I'm like, dude, like Beans has been right next to us this whole time, and like, you know, he's not really complaining or anything. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He's just booking it. All right, guys. Right now, I want to get into the P.O. box opening. So we have an open P.O. box. You guys can send us whatever you guys want. It's P.O. Box 3183 North Hollywood 91609. It's also in our description of all of our 10 Talks episodes. You guys can literally send us whatever you want. A lot of people hit me up on Instagram saying like, hey, man, can I send you this T-shirt from our brand or whatever this, you know, whatever it is. Like, yes, guys, just send it to that P.O. box right there. I'm size large. Rylee size medium. My pants are 32.
6 or 4? No, actually, like, yeah, 4, I would say.
4,
Yeah.
32 and 4. And boom, there you go. There's our sizes, because that's also a common DM I get. But we have 3 packages today that I'm really excited to get into. 2 of them, I think I know where they're from. 1 of them, I don't know. It's kind of a surprise. But
let's see.
here we go. This is the first package, and this is from Danger. Huge shout out to Danger. They've given me another one. I want to give a huge shout out to them and thank you to them, because they've given me a lot of cool stuff throughout the past couple months, and every single item they've given me, I've loved. I haven't wanted to get rid of anything they've given me so far.
Yeah,
and people all fuck with them too. Oh yeah, you have a Danger shirt as well. So let's see what we have in here. Oh, it looks like 2 shirts. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is Danger's, just like wait, what?
The Godfather?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Godfather logo, but it's his just like puff print shirt that just says Danger on the front. Boom. I think it was him who messaged me saying like, oh, a lot of people tell me that like, oh, they can't afford the shirts or whatever, so I want to make something that's like a little bit more on the affordable side. And I think he said like he dropped these, which I really fuck with these.
Yeah.
I like the puff print, and it looks really cool. It does look like the
They're just
Godfather.
clean.
And we have a red one right here. I think this might be your size. No, large as well.
Fire.
You're gonna wear it though. All right, you down to talk about this one and open it up so I can hit this joint?
Sure.
What do we have there?
This is to Harmonious, Yuriy from Finesse the World. Shout out. Finesse the World.
Shout out to Finesse the World.
I was gonna say the city they're from, but
When I hear world, I just think of World Forgotten instantly.
the world's forgotten.
Damn, look at that packaging.
Ooh.
It looks like some hospital packaging.
Drop the bag, $1 or 99 cents. A jersey.
It's a jersey? Wow. Fuck the world. Kind of looks like FTP, but
Or
FTW.
Finesse the World.
Oh, Finesse the World. FTW, I immediately think fuck the world. Damn, that's fire. I like it. Is it see-through? No, it's not. It just
A little mesh top for you.
it feels silky.
A little cute mesh top for you.
Thank you so much, Finesse the World. I fuck with this. Is this sublimation? How'd you get it to print like that without it seeping through? I really fuck with that. Thank you so much, man. We'll put this right there as well.
This is cute too.
Ooh, another Finesse. I like this design with the
Yeah, I
race
like
car, Finesse Racing.
Super cute.
I fuck with it. It looks like a vintage tee. All right.
I like that.
And,
Definitely gonna steal that.
Now we have. Oh, should we have like some stickers and stuff? Oh fuck! What is this? Oh,
Socks?
socks. Damn.
Cool, yay.
We have, bro. These look like those.
Yuri always needs socks.
Yes, I always need socks because they keep disappearing somehow after laundry day.
Oh, those are gonna disappear. They're sparkly.
Oh, those are gonna disappear, or they're not. Dude, they're like those Gucci sparkly socks, but they say FTW, Finesse the
They're
World.
gonna disappear on my feet.
It's
It's gonna be like Dorothy Gale.
I fuck with those.
Slippers.
Thank you so much, Finesse the World. I'm always down for some free socks.
They belong to me.
I think that's like the highest currency clothing you can get is a sock. That's
These
fire.
together are gonna go.
Okay. Last package, and also the one that I was confused about because I'm not sure who this is, but it's a heavy package. This is from Stonebrook LLC. I'm not sure who that is, and I think we might need. Wait, can you hold this?
Let me open it.
No, I got it.
I don't want to hit it.
You don't?
Yeah, I'm good.
Here, let me make it easier for you though.
got it.
I got it. Let me make it easier for you.
No, I like doing.
Oh my God,
satisfying
really?
things.
Jeez, what is that's a weird fetish.
How is that a fetish?
Peeling tape
It's not
off.
a fetish. Ooh.
What do we have here? Oh, Stonebrook
That'll look
Worldwide.
cute on
Damn, I like this hat. This is a sick hat. Ow, my ears. Damn.
Hey,
fuck with it.
or Lucky
Beans. Wow, that's disrespectful. You just called
Ooh,
Luffy
that's
Beans.
so cute.
You like it?
Yeah. Ooh, this is cute.
Damn, it's an alien throwing up the middle finger,
I like
and I love the tie dye.
that.
Super
Love
sick.
that.
What does it say on the back?
I went to Area 51 and all I got was this stupid shirt.
I went to Area 51. All I got with this is this stupid shirt, and it has that puff print as well. Super cool. I like this shirt already. It looks really nice.
I know, all these shirts are dope.
Let's see what else we have in here. Hella tees, dude. Whoa, when pigs fly, and that's like a
Ooh.
cop pig.
Super cute.
Give a pig wings. Okay. He means to kill police officers here. Oh fuck. Oh,
Super cute.
this is super cute, bro. Look at this design. Holy shit. This is a big ass
These are
dude. This is
nice.
fire, man. Thank you so much.
I love this.
Stonebrook, I appreciate you so much, bro. This is really, really, really fucking cool. I'm definitely fucking wearing these to disconnect. That's a hoodie with a
On
giant
the titties.
on the titties, skeleton middle fingers. Oh wow, I know you should wear this when people want to stare. Stonebrook skull on the back. That's so sick.
Nah, that's definitely your size. I would look like a blob in that.
No.
Yes.
Dude, this is a really, really fire
cool.
box. Wow, he flipped the PlayStation
Sony.
logo to say
Sony gang.
Stonebrook.
Sony gang. Get high on Christ.
What the fuck? Hey, I like that. Get high on Christ. Why does this feel like
Very cool brand.
like Blasey type designs? This is really cool. I fuck with all the stickers are so sick, dude. The stickers are fire. The give a pig wings sticker. Get high on Christ. You guys won't be able to see this, but these stickers are really, really fucking sick. That's it.
Yep.
Shout out to Stonebrook, dude. Thank you guys so much, man. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Stonebrook.
That was
Shout out
fire.
to all the other people's.
I know, dude. This is like, we're running out of space.
Finesse the world.
We need more closet space.
Danger.
I really have like
Yeah, we need to do a cleanse.
no more space for shirts. We've done so many cleanses. At this point, we can't even do any more cleanses because we already cleansed everything. We just keep getting more cool stuff and just running out of less and less space. The joint's still lit if you want to hit it.
Okay.
All right, not last, but another topic I have over here is, this is something I really want to talk about. And also, it's like a topic I guess people can like maybe like listen to what I say and be like, oh, you're being unsympathetic, or kind of you're being an asshole here. But basically, LA City Council was having a meeting, or or whatever it's called, to talk about a couple different things. But one of the things they were talking about is banning homeless encampments outside of schools. And during that meeting in particular, where they were working on that, and actually I think they did pass that law or rule or whatever it is, people were protesting outside of the courthouse and like inside the courthouse, saying like, that's fucked up, you're kicking people out of their houses, like all this shit, blah blah whatever. And honestly, I'm just here to say, you guys are dumb, bro. That's so, what are you protesting for? That people
I agree with you.
can't sleep in front of schools where children are, There's like I wanted to pull it up, but I forgot to. But there's this like fucked up viral video that went viral not too long ago of this guy where he's like standing. It's at first it was kind of confusing to me, where he's like just standing filming himself in front of a school bus that just pulled up to a sidewalk. The door just opened, and all these little kids under the age of 10 are just like exiting the school bus, and he's filming himself going like, what's up guys, like hope you had a good day at school, blah blah, like all that stuff. He's like check this out. He's like, kids are just getting off the bus right here. He's like, look at this. Flips the camera, and the wherever the school bus stop is, right at that stop is like an encampment. And there's like 3 dudes sitting on a bench shooting up heroin with like needles out, everything's visible, and they're just sitting right there. And he's filming these kids like getting off the school bus and these dudes shooting up. He's like, this is what these poor kids gotta fucking get off the bus to, or whatever, all this shit. And then people, that's one problem. I'm not sure how you're gonna fix that. But now,
I agree with that though.
It's so stupid. It's like, why are you gonna allow that?
That shouldn't even be a thing at all. Like, how many people like homeless people wander and
exactly
get into weird places and shit,
dude.
Last place you want those types of people are fucking
next to your
an
kids.
Elementary school,
exactly,
kindergarten class. And
this Instagram page that I follow brought up a really good point, where they're like, I forgot who they brought up specifically, but there's going to be a couple like celebrities or successful people who are like, that law's fucked up. You guys are fucking with the homeless people. Let them stay there, right? But it's like, dude, these homeless people aren't allowed to set up their camps in front of private schools. You know what I mean? Like if you go to any private school that's in the hills, Hollywood Hills, on Mulholland, in like other areas down Sunset closer to the beach, you know what I mean? Also like around in the hilly areas, you're not going to find any homeless encampments out there because it's not allowed. The police are just going to kick them out. Where are you going to find homeless encampments? Probably in the lower income areas, where there's, you know, more homeless people or whatever, or like in certain areas where they just care less. And like why is it that some children in private schools in nicer areas don't have to deal with this issue and then other kids do? You know what I mean? Like if you really care about like people who have the shorter end of the stick and have to, you know what I mean, like deal with other circumstances because they're not,
they should be allowed to be there too.
Yeah, exactly. Or they shouldn't be allowed to be there at all. You know what I mean?
That's not okay.
It's super fucked up and super dumb. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's happening over and over and over again where people say like, oh, homeless people, you know, come here specifically because the laws are so lenient and also they help you with everything. You know what I mean? That everything's supported. And like a lot of, you know, for a long time that was kind of like, you couldn't really make that argument because it just seemed kind of ridiculous. But more and more days pass by where I'm like, bro, it really seems like California is just like the haven for the people who, you know, there's a difference between people who are down on their luck and people who just like take advantage of the government and take advantage of free resources.
There's obviously like a lot of homeless people that just had shitty luck and are unfortunately on the streets, but there's also a lot of people who are like violent and
also
wild.
There's a lot of people who like got out of their teenage years and never grew up mentally. You know what I mean? Like I remember
they had a lot of fucked up childhoods.
I forgot what channel it was, but there was this channel where he was like going around the Santa Monica area and just like interviewing random homeless people and just asking them like, why do you guys live on the street? Like what happened in your life for this to happen to you? And dude, over and over and over again, he ran into so many people, mostly younger homeless people who were like, I want to live on the street. Like I don't like government. You know what I mean? Like I don't like letting the government get in my life, and I don't want to get a job because jobs are you know, they hold you down with these jobs. Like they have like all these fucking crazy
excuses.
Not excuses. I guess it's like excuses. Yeah, they can be as well, but they'll just be like, bro, like it's the man trying to hold you down by like making you get a 9 to 5. Fuck that. I'm being free by living here on the street and all this stuff. And you're like, bro, you wouldn't have the freedom to even have that as an option if California didn't have all these like completely free resources. You know what I mean? And then also the thing is like with all these free resources that Los Angeles gives out, it's like they're not trying to solve the homeless issue. I forgot what article I was reading, but it says something about how there's like more than 100 companies in LA that they work off, you know, either feeding the homeless people or helping them or whatever. And all those companies are like, they say they're non-profit, but if you take a look at their CEOs, their managers, their whatever people that work there, they're all driving Range Rovers, they're all taking vacations, they all got Mercedes, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, people profit off the homeless people in Los Angeles. It's like, they're not trying to help them, they're trying to maintain their jobs. A lot of those companies that help the homeless people, guess what? If there's no more homeless people, all the people that work for the company lose their job. And some of those companies are shady and they're like, dude, like we need homeless people to run. We're not really trying to fix the issue here. We're just trying to have more people to help. The more homeless people there is, the more people I have to hire, the bigger my company becomes. You know what I mean? Like
there's so much. It's just
It's definitely an issue. But on that same topic of like dumb rules,
they need a place to go, but they just I agree with where they should not be around children.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
What do you think about this one, though? Is apparently this one is not passed yet, but Los Angeles is trying to pass a law where all hotels in LA could be forced to give up vacant rooms to the homeless.
People are not going to want to come to LA.
But the immediate thing that comes to my mind is, how do you...
Like every single hotel?
How is a hotel going to be able to differentiate within a, you know, you can't take a month to investigate if someone's homeless or not. If someone needs a hotel room, it's probably that night. So within a 10 to 20 or maybe 30-minute period, how can you look into someone to know that they're homeless or not? Because of the way they look? Because at that point, everyone's just going to go to hotels with a raggedy shirt on and be like, hey guys, I'm homeless. I need a place to stay.
That's a good stream.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, so it's just like, you know, that could be taken advantage of so easily. But then also, I feel like a lot of times people look at like big companies, especially big establishments like a hotel or something like that, and they're like, these rich people, they got a whole company or whatever. And sometimes, yes, that is the case. Like, some dude just owns 50 hotels. But also sometimes it's like some person wanted to make a living for themselves, bought themselves a hotel. They, that's one of the hotels they manage. And then now they get hit over the head with this thing of like, every time you have a vacant room, it has to be filled with a homeless person. And then you're thinking like, dude, whenever a person stays at your hotel, they pay for the when people come in to clean your sheets and do all that stuff. It's like it's paid for by you paying the $100 to stay there. But now that you're gonna give away these free rooms or whatever, like, now it's coming out of my pocket to clean these rooms afterwards. I'm not getting paid at all. It's just like you're kind of fucking with all these business owners. You know what I mean? Like, in reality, it's not always gonna be some billionaire business owner who's being affected. Sometimes it's really gonna be just some normal guy who just started a hotel business or something like that, and now he's out of business.
Like, how long is their stay gonna be? Like, how long could it be up to? And then what? People are just gonna be hotel hopping.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. It's just like that's another.
That's not a way to fix it.
It's definitely not a way to fix it. It's just like a way to like kind of
make it even worse. Honestly.
In reality, no. It's a way for Los Angeles, dude. A lot of people who even kind of like push this whole thing for the way California's run to be the way it is right now, like, are just airheads. You know what I mean? And like, they see an article that says, we're helping the homeless people by giving them free hotel rooms. You know what I mean? And they see that, they're like, oh yeah, good job. But they're just like not deep thinking enough to think about like the effects of that. You know what I mean? And be like, oh, okay, this is just going to create more issues of these hotels probably shutting down because they can't afford their businesses anymore. You know what I mean? And then also, like, who wants to stay in a hotel where you're like, some dude like was just fucking in here last night doing who knows what? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Speaking of crazy.
Oh, what?
The OnlyFans model, her name's Courtney, that she had stabbed her boyfriend.
Put it closer to your mouth.
In, I believe, April.
Oh, wow.
And was never convicted of like murdering him because she like said it was for self-defense purposes. And now she was finally charged with murder while she was like on vacation in Hawaii.
Not on vacation. I thought vacation,
but... She
was
running away?
No, she was in a rehab.
Oh, rehab. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know like why they decided to charge her?
They decided to charge her because I don't know why exactly. Because that
video evidence of her like.
Maybe I think that was like probably like one of the things they like released, because they probably have more evidence behind the scenes. But that's one of the things they released that probably does implicate her a little bit more. But dude, I was telling Rylee, we were talking about this before, where I'm like, dude, I'm confused why she wasn't in jail already.
Exactly.
It's so weird. Like, dude, if it was me and my friend, and we got into some sort of argument, altercation in my room, and I'm just like, you're whack. He's like, no, you're whack. And I'm just like, I grab a knife and I stab him because I'm like, oh, he's bigger than me. He could have beat me up or something like that. And if a cop comes in here and I'm just like, bro, we got in a fight, argument, and I thought he was going to kill me, and I stab him for self-defense, like, I'm going to go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like, in what situation can you stab? Like, bro, especially once that video got released where it shows her covered in blood, like so much blood. How are you like just released immediately after that when you're claiming self-defense? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of so fucked up.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was talking about last week with the Alexis Gabe thing. I forgot to mention that, like, I guess videos were found too of her ex-boyfriend Marshall driving to his mom's house, parking his car in the garage or up to the garage, and unloading like 2 very large garbage bags. And like the parents came out and said, like, when we saw those garbage bags coming out, like our stomachs dropped as a parent, like you kind of know. Oh. And then after he was putting back the garbage bags in and then after that's when he did his big trip to his sister's house.
Jeez.
So he went to his mom's house and unloaded these garbage bags. We don't know what's in them yet. But that's more evidence against his mom for like helping him out, you know?
And who else was at the house? His mom and dad, or just mom?
The mom was.
Oh,
and
wow.
I guess she was like throwing a karaoke party.
Jeez.
Or something like that. And but I guess they did a protest I think on Friday actually. Mm-hmm. And now they have a meeting with the DA next week, hopefully to like start getting files charged against her.
It's so crazy. You know, it's
But I was like, dude, thank God she got charged for killing her ex, because that should have been like an easy
for real
arrest.
You know what's crazy is I wish I pulled up this video ahead of time, but I just remembered it right now. I saw this crazy fucking video get recommended to me on YouTube where it's basically a guy, I think he stole a car or something like that, where you know how they'll have a helicopter view of a police chase, and it was basically a helicopter. It was following this guy. Two cop cars were following this guy, and he was not in a fast car. He was like in some Kia or Honda or something like that, and basically the cops are following him. He was doing all these crazy erratic moves to get rid of him, hopped on the freeway, kept driving. He lost the cops, right? Because he was driving too crazy, and the cops refused to chase him because they were like, we're going to cause a car crash by chasing this fool. So they stopped chasing him. Only the helicopter kept chasing him. He drove away like 30 minutes away, went into like some Rite Aid parking lot, and then I guess he wanted to give himself up. So he pulled up into this parking lot, got out of the car, lay down on the floor, and the helicopter's filming him. And the helicopter's telling the police, like, guys, he gave up or whatever. He's just like laying here on the floor. He's ready for you guys to be arrested, or for him to be arrested or whatever. And apparently the cops were like, nah, like we changed our minds. We don't even want to chase him anymore. He laid there for 20 minutes. And then a crowd surrounded him because they see the helicopter on him and all this stuff. And a crowd surrounded him. And then some girl from the crowd was like, hey, fool, like, you've only been here for 20 minutes. Like, run, get out of here. And he stands up, like, looks around hella confused. And he's just like, okay. And just, like, walks away calmly. Never gets arrested. Never gets charged. And the person, like, the news broadcaster is just like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, the cops are just on his tail. They gave up chasing him, and now he's just walking away confused. He just left the car behind. And I'm like, bro, like, dude, he's literally gonna go home, tell his homies, like, guys,
I just got away with the police chase.
I just stole a car, got away from a police chase. There was a helicopter following me the whole time, and nothing happened. No charges filed. And, like, people are just gonna think, like, dude, you could do whatever you want, bro. You know? In reality. That's why also, I was talking about this on stream the other day. A Brinks truck was robbed recently around LA. I forgot what area, but like an hour away from here. Not a Brinks. Oh yeah, it was a Brinks truck. It was like basically one of those trucks that pulls up to casinos to take all the cash and then, you know, take it to a bank or whatever. A group of 3 dudes robbed one of those trucks successfully. They shot the dudes up. They didn't kill anyone. They shot the dudes up, took the money, and left. And they got away with it. The cops still haven't found these guys. And I was kind of thinking in my head, like, bro, I've never heard of a story like that. If I did, it was like in another country somewhere. You never hear of it happening in America because everyone knows that's a no. Like, that's a no. It's done. Like, you're going to get caught or you're going to go to jail forever. There's no way you're going to get away from that. People are now, like, willing to rob Brinks trucks. So I think that just shows, it's like a testament to show that how criminals
can get away with a lot of shit now.
Yeah, it shows how criminals think of stuff now. They're like, dude, you could damn near just, we're gonna see a jet stolen soon. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like Grand Theft Auto. Like, people are gonna be stealing tanks and jets.
I know, it's hella scary. I guess everybody like, there's a bunch of complaints on that DA anyway. So
really?
I think there's a lot of DAs that are just, I mean, they just have to deal with hella cases daily too. Like, yeah. And new things constantly getting brought up. That's probably a stressful ass job.
That's no excuse though. Because I told Rylee,
hell
like,
no, it's no excuse, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, especially with the crime rate going up, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy.
I was telling Rylee, like, there's this video on YouTube where it's like one of the police officers for the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. He was being interviewed, or he was doing some sort of like press interview or whatever it is. Like, he was just talking to all these reporters, and they were telling him, like, why are people not going in jail? Like, why are people getting arrested 10 times for the same crime or whatever, and like no one's getting convicted? And the police officer was saying, like, he's like, dude, he's like, we're arresting people. We're arresting people like doing the same crime, like sometimes 3-4 times in a row. We send them to jail, send them to the prosecutors, and the DA doesn't prosecute them. They don't charge them with any crimes. They let them go. You know what I mean? Like, and the cops are saying, like, bro, like, it's getting demotivating to this point where, like, we're catching people, we're arresting them, but then nothing's getting done. They're getting released, and then we'll catch the same person a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's just happening over and over again. Even the cops are saying, like, bro, it's not our fault. Like, we're doing work here, but it's just like the DA is not prosecuting them. Exactly. You know?
I don't know.
But then also, the DA that we're also complaining about apparently is also the reason why Draco the Ruler was even released from jail. and then also I think a couple other people as well. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It just like positives and negatives on both ends, but a 50 or 60% increase in murder rate is definitely not okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's just sketchy. It's scary to just walk around now.
For
I
real,
was getting
dude.
scared that's why I was getting super paranoid at the fair too. I was like, oh shit, like there's so many people, like anything can go down.
Bro, speaking of being scared of a walk.
And they didn't even check our shit.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I'm not sure if I even talked about that, but when Rylee and I went to the fair, I had a backpack on with all these like streaming equipment, and like I had a full backpack of all these different items in there. It looked like a clunky backpack. I was walking on in there, and I see a table that's meant for a security check, and Riley's like, "Come here," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm walking over there, taking my backpack off to get it checked, and I hear another security lady saying, white shirt, come here, stop," and I'm like, "Okay, maybe I have to go here for a security check." I walk over to her, she's like, "You're fine, keep going."
I'm like, what?
I'm like, what? Like, no one even looked in my backpack. Who knows what could be in here? And they just let me into the fair. I was like, that's kind of interesting. No one even searched me. But speaking of, you don't know what could happen, I wanted to show you guys this video.
Gosh.
The reason why I want to show you guys this video is because this is my favorite. Oh, is it your favorite too now?
Yes.
It's our favorite ramen restaurant. It's called Shin Ramen. It's on Hollywood La Brea. And there's been a couple times where Rylee and I were eating there, and, you know, some transients or some homeless people are like walking past us, and I just keep my eye open because, you know, living in Hollywood for the past 25, 26 years, or, you know, in LA and also Hollywood a lot of my life, it's like, dude, when I see a homeless person on the street, I don't walk past thinking like, oh my God, no. It's like I walk past thinking like, I need to be careful. I don't know what this person can do because I've seen it over and over again, random punches, random things, you know what I mean? Like try to grab something. Like it's like you never know what could happen. So you always got to keep your eyes peeled. You can't go into the situation ignorant of the potential of what could potentially happen because I've seen it happen over and over and over again my whole life, bro. It's insane.
Getting stabbed.
Because of your shirt.
No, him getting stabbed in the train.
No,
right, by a
exactly.
homeless person.
Bro, scumbags, exactly. The dude who owns the
That's
shirt
good.
company, he was just on the bus, minding his own business, says he felt a nudge on his thigh, turns around, sees a homeless man, has a knife
Random.
inside his fucking thigh. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you just never really know.
Ugh.
But anyways, Rylee and I have eaten at this restaurant a couple times,
Love it.
and this video came out of basically...
And it's a nice one.
it's a super nice restaurant. It's not, you know, expensive or anything like that. It's just super nice. Anyways,
Decided that.
can you pause? Okay, so... This is like the seating area right here. You guys can't see it, but behind this pillar is like an elderly man just sitting there minding his own business, eating some lunch. This homeless dude comes up to him, punches him square in the face, and takes his phone from
What
him.
he's gonna do? He just fucking clocked him. What the fuck? And then he takes his fucking wallet.
And shout out to this Shin Ramen worker
Yeah.
who sees it. He didn't see the punch, but he sees something's wrong here. This guy's running away, and he just runs over, jumps into
I'm
action.
like, what the fuck? Hell no.
Yeah, let's
And
go.
then
This guy is
see,
brave,
that was
though.
where he clocked me, the first clock.
your glasses on too?
Yeah, he ruined my glasses. They're destroyed.
Tackles him down to the floor
She's getting the wallet.
and just
And
pins
my
him
money
down.
is coming out of my pocket. See? Fuck all the fuck.
I'm almost 100% certain that they called the police and they're like, "Hey guys, a homeless man punched this elderly man and stole his phone." And
Thank God
the
he's safe.
police is probably like, "Yeah, see you never."
Yeah.
Money.
Good luck.
Oh look, the lady's kicking him.
Yeah, fucker.
The lady started.
Hell yeah.
She started kicking him.
Fuck him.
Did his face get busted when he was on the ground?
Bro, yeah, I think the tackle, because when he hit me, there's a judo move that takes someone to the ground, and that's all I did.
There's a judo
So you
move.
see his face was in the ground, so
Wait,
then I
this is
slowly
Bro.
turned him over. Oh yeah, I got the whole
Oh
fucking
my
thing.
god, we need this action.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
It's like I wonder if he
He's
was ever
proud.
arrested.
He's proud for this
Oh, no,
squabble.
he's-
Yo, look, same lady comes back and starts stepping on his legs.
He hit the bell.
Like fuck this.
He hit the bell. Oh my god, he tapped into his inner. Oh. He's like, "This ain't happening on
He
my
hit the
watch."
bell.
Bah! But either way, keep your fucking eyes open, dude, because
Yeah,
you
stay
never know what the
safe.
hell can happen.
Fuck, at her spot. He was like in the little thing too.
And also, like,
hallway.
punching an old person in the head, like, that's just dangerous. They could just die. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he could have just got charged with murder, like, depending on what the fuck happened afterwards.
Wow.
It's super fucked up. I think that's all. That's all my topics I have right here. Oh wait, I have one last.
There's
Like,
Judas.
I know that could take people down instantly.
Hilarious.
One last thing I forgot to mention earlier is we've talked about doing this before, but I kind of just never really took the time to really do the research to see how we can do it or how much it's going to cost. But Rylee and I finally, not only did we re-release the shirts, which I did a terrible job. We both did a terrible job at promoting. We forgot to promote it until it was too late, but whatever, they're up forever. The shirts, the 10 Talk shirts are now available. A lot of people have asked us about them, like, oh, when are they going to be available again or whatever, all this stuff. And Blasey has said, like, bro, you should just have them on your website forever. Like, whenever people just want them, they're just there to get. So the shirts are on the website forever now. And we have an official .com website, 10talksla.com.
Let's go.
10 Talks was taken. And we could buy it for $70.
What is it?
It says there's no website, but the domain was bought. So like people do that. They'll buy a domain just to resell it to someone else later on.
Fuckers.
So it's like they're selling it for $70, which is not that much. But we got our own domain, 10talksla.com. And if you guys go there, the 10 Talks t-shirt is available in almost all sizes. And yeah, it will be up forever.
Let's go.
We need to link up with Blasey though, so we can work on some new items because we want to drop the shot glasses. We want to drop some other stuff or whatever. So we're gonna work on that stuff. But I just want to let you guys know the website is now available and it's gonna be there forever.
They're super comfy.
Oh yes. Everyone
really
fucking
cute.
loves them. Shout out to Vitor because Vitor posted on Instagram today that he was like at a family get together and like him and his like I don't know aunts and uncles or something like that were all like drinking and he flipped the camera on himself and he was wearing the 10 Talk shirt.
Aww.
I was like, yo, shout out to Vitor.
I know, I love when people wear it.
I replied with the fire emoji and he's like I don't watch this thing either. He knows what I'm talking about.
That's funny.
And also, can I talk about that as well? People think that I don't wash like any, or I tell Rylee not to wash any of my
You're
shirts.
being a little dramatic.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, like
For the lols.
I have an Ass Pizza shirt that's embroidered. Rylee washes that one. All my Ass Pizza shirts that are
Supreme.
printed, all the Supreme ones,
No.
she's never washed the Supreme one. She's never watched the Father Steve collab one.
I'm
She's
not allowed to wash his.
No Jumper bedazzled hoodie.
No, the old ass pizza now.
Oh yeah, the old Ass Pizza tee that like my first one ever, which is super stinky. Riley's like always trying to wash it. I'm like, no, that one cannot be washed ever again. I'm
okay,
keeping.
so we weren't being that dramatic.
It's like it's only like I was saying on the podcast, like 10 shirts. They're making it sound like oh you don't wash any of your clothes. No, it's these 10 shirts, and I rarely wear these 10 shirts and hoodies. You know. But I don't wash them.
It's gross. They really smell sweet.
We can get them dry cleaned
and
one
like
day.
weed.
Oh my god, we can get them dry cleaned one day.
Okay.
Hopefully in the
day.
future. But that about wraps up all my topics here.
Yeah. Same.
New podcast / interview chat type thing coming in the future on Wednesdays. I have a lot of people that I want to ask to come on, so be expecting DMs.
Stay
people.
tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And also, we're gonna get into the after show right now.
And then after the after show, Spliff Dog.
Oh yes, so
We
guys.
got 2 episodes to watch.
For anyone that you guys probably know by now, but we used to do the after shows immediately after the podcast and on the same stream, but we can't do that anymore. So now what we do is we end the streams, and then within now we're just gonna start like within a minute or two. We're gonna end the stream, and then within a minute or two we're gonna start another stream, which is the after show stream where we just chill, talk, because during the podcast we don't have the chat open, so we could focus on the conversation. But we like to do the after show so we can like talk to you guys, see what you guys are saying or whatever, see what you guys are doing. So we're gonna get into the after show in 1 second. Do that for like 20-30 minutes, and then after that we're gonna do Love Island Spliff Talks, where we have 2 episodes to watch. And I'm super excited because it's been super drama filled and fucked up and crazy.
We left off at Casa Amor recoupling.
I know.
We got a lot of shit to watch.
But either way, thank you guys so much for joining another episode of 10 Talks.
Yes, please leave a like
Your podcast voice, yes.
and a comment down below, not in the chat.
But in the comment section, and you can only do that once we end the live stream.
Yes.
Please leave a like, guys. Like Rylee said, it really, really, really helps grow the channel. And then also, do not forget to subscribe, because we're almost at 25K. We're at 24 right now. We're building up. We're like 800 subs away, less than 800. Once we hit 25K, we both have to do something, because it's always me doing the 24-hour streams. Let's do something together again.
Okay.
For the 25K celebration, because we've done a sleep stream together one time, and I know you hated it.
I don't want to do a sleep stream.
But we got to do
We'll
one
do something fun.
for 24 hours.
For 24 hours?
Mhm.
It has to be a 24
Or
hour
longer.
challenge.
Could be 48,
No.
72. 72 hours together on stream. Couple streams their life for 72 hours. No one's done that. That would be great.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Right?
But that's scary.
We can't argue for 3 days.
That sounds so toxic.
But all right, either way, we're going to end the stream right here, guys, and then we're going to get right into the after show. Thank you guys so much.
Buy a 10 Talks tee.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe. And I'm reposting. If you buy a 10 Talks tee, please
We're both reposting.
tag me and Rylee on Instagram. And we're reposting you guys. We're reposting everyone who makes a purchase and tags us on Instagram. Thank you guys so